Imagine waking up every day with an endless to-do list, feeling like no matter how hard you work, there's never enough time. Have you ever thought, what if I could do more in less time, without pulling all-nighters or giving up my favorite Netflix show? Yeah, I've been there too. And that's exactly when I discovered that boosting productivity isn't about working harder, it's about working smarter. And the best part? It all starts with just 5 minutes a day. That's right, 5 minutes. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to make it happen. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was completely overwhelmed. Work, studies, personal life, it all felt like a giant snowball rolling downhill. Then one day, a friend of mine said something that changed everything. Productivity isn't about how much you do, it's about what you prioritize. That's when it hit me. I was spending hours and hours on tasks that, at the end of the day, weren't moving the needle. So I decided to try something different, dedicating just 5 minutes a day to plan and optimize my time. And the results? Well, let's just say they were so game-changing that I had to share this with you. Here's the thing. Productivity isn't a talent, it's a skill. And like any skill, it can be mastered with the right tools. And the most powerful tool you have, your time. But here's the secret. It's not about how much time you have, but how you use it. And that's where the magic 5 minutes come in. Let's dive into what I call the golden 5-minute rule. It's simple. Every day before you start any task, you'll spend 5 minutes doing 3 things: plan, prioritize, and focus. Sounds basic, right? But you'd be surprised how many people skip this step and end up wasting hours on tasks that don't matter. Let's break it down. First, plan. Grab a piece of paper, a notes app, or even your phone's notepad, and jot down everything you need to get done today. It doesn't matter if it's 5 tasks or 50. The goal is to get it all out of your head and onto paper. Just doing this will give you a sense of relief because you won't have to keep remembering everything. And here's a bonus tip. Use simple, direct keywords to describe each task. For example, instead of writing, prepare the presentation for the meeting with Client X, just write Client X presentation. This saves time and keeps you focused. Now that you have your list, it's time to prioritize. And here's the kicker. Not all tasks are created equal. Some will have a huge impact on your day, while others are just noise. The technique I use is the Eisenhower matrix, which divides tasks into 4 categories: urgent and important, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, and neither urgent nor important. Your goal is to identify the tasks that are important, because those are the ones that will move you closer to your goals. And guess what? It only takes 5 minutes to do this. With your prioritized list ready, it's time for the third step: focus. This is where the magic happens. Choose the first task on your list, the one you've identified as most important, and give it 100% of your attention. No multitasking, no distractions, just you and the task. And if you're thinking, but what about the other tasks? Don't worry. Remember, productivity is about progress, not perfection. The key is to start. Now, you might be wondering, okay, but how is this going to 10x my productivity? The answer is simple: consistency. When you spend 5 minutes a day planning, prioritizing, and focusing, you're building a powerful habit that, over time, becomes automatic. And that's when you start seeing results. Think about it. In a week, you'll have saved 35 minutes that used to be wasted on disorganized tasks. In a month, that's 2.5 hours. And in a year, 30 hours. That's more than an entire day of extra productivity. But let's take it a step further. In addition to the golden 5-minute rule, there are other techniques you can use to maximize your productivity. One of them is the Pomodoro Technique, which involves working in 25-minute blocks with 5-minute breaks in between. This technique is amazing for maintaining focus and avoiding mental fatigue. And guess what? It pairs perfectly with your daily 5-minute routine. Another game changer is eliminating distractions. How many times have you stopped mid-task to check social media or reply to a text? Yeah, that's one of the biggest productivity killers. A simple fix is to set specific times for checking emails and social media. For example, you could dedicate 5 minutes every 2 hours to this. That way, you stay focused on what's important without feeling completely disconnected. And let's not forget the power of saying no. Often, lack of productivity comes from taking on too much. Learning to say no to tasks that don't align with your goals is crucial. Remember, every time you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else, and that something else could be what takes you to the next level. Finally, celebrate the small wins. Productivity isn't a marathon, it's a series of sprints. And every time you complete a task, no matter how small, you're one step closer to your goal. So don't underestimate the power of a quick celebration. It could be a silent yes, a little victory dance, or even a piece of chocolate. The key is to acknowledge your progress. So are you ready to transform your productivity with just 5 minutes a day? Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Start small, stay consistent, and soon you'll see the results. And if you found these tips helpful, don't forget to share this video with someone who could use a productivity boost. After all, productivity is like a good idea. It only gets better when shared.